Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire, the VGA remake, The Thief Path. Well, you'll note that we've come across a little bit of an Easter egg here. As you're wondering... Screw it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire, the VGA remake, The Thief Path. As you can see, we're opening up with an Easter egg that I stumbled across while randomly wandering the desert while training. In this case, you encounter a Persian golfer who is just over the sandhill. 2403! It's a golf flag. It's just a mirage. 2404! And I stumbled across quite a few of these and saved the game so I could show them all off to you. So we'll go ahead and run through these in order. Looks like this poor man couldn't find an oasis in time. Yeah. Sierra Online fans will recognize that as King Graham from the King's Quest game. This is actually a neat little update from an Easter egg in the original EGA Quest for Glory 2, where originally it showed you King Arthur from Conquest of Camelot, which I must admit I'd never gotten around to playing, which is a bit odd since the whole Conquest series was put together by a lady named Christy Marks, who is responsible for some great animated series and comics. I mostly know her from her work on Conan the Adventurer. Yes, there was a 90s animated Conan series, which was pretty good despite everything that went into making it a kid-friendly Conan series. Suffice to say, I'm amazed that she got in a reference to the Cannibals of Zambula. But anyway... That game had a bit where King Arthur could get lost in the desert, and you'd have that happen. They decided to update it, since apparently one of ADG's other, or AGS's other remakes is a King's Quest 2 that had a bit with King Graham getting lost in the desert. Anyway. There are also a couple road signs that will randomly pop up. In this case, downtown Shapir, next exit. And I stumbled across this sign that says maximum speed 1.5. And finally, keep off the grass. But there was one other save game that I made to show some things, because this Chapter 17 save is my latest one. It is on the late evening of day 9. You'll remember that our last video was start of day 8, after having just beaten the air elemental, and I've spent a good bit of that training. But the reason why I did this save here was because I stumbled across something that I didn't realize had been added into the VGA remake. And as you can see, I'm currently so exhausted I can barely move. But if you rest in the guild hall up until the point where it's going from sun is setting to the night is young, you will be politely kicked out of the guild hall. But you also will have Rakesh show up if it's a day when he's not hanging around outside or inside the guild hall himself. So having just rested, we'll have him come in. Hajumbo Uhura, greetings, Matt. Sajabambo, Rakesh. Your victory over the air elemental has reached far and wide. The citizens of Shapir are very relieved that the creature has been captured. I see it be getting late. It be bedtime for Simba. Qua Harry, friend. Take care and come back soon, Matt. You say farewell to Uhura and Rakesh and leave the guild hall. And Day 8, Shima dances. So even though I skipped it last time, we'll go ahead and do it here, but we can also tell Rakesh about the air elemental. You tell about how you sucked in the air elemental. I'm glad you managed to do what the Sultan Guards could not. And we can also tell him about the dance. You tell Shamin that you greatly enjoyed watching Shima's dance. You should also tell her yourself. She will be very happy to hear it coming from one such as you. Watching her dance always brings back very fond memories for me. I have been an admirer of her dancing long before I became her life mate. And yeah, the music still not queued up with the actual dance. I blame the fact that I am running this on a super fast computer, and even with me managing to get slowed down somewhat, it still seems to kick in overdrive on the cutscenes. I mean, just look at how Sitar is swaying. Because, yeah, that crescendo is supposed to happen as she's getting ready to jump. But go ahead and stand up. Sit back down. And she's still serving dinner even after dancing. What a trooper. I prepared a meal of rabbit with apricots and roast chicken with sherbet for this night's meal. May it bring you pleasure. Yeah, we'll go and greet. Thank. You tell Shima that you greatly enjoyed watching her dance. Thank you. It is nice to hear such praise from people other than Shamin. I grew quite nervous during my first performance at our new inn. I was afraid that I had forgotten the correct techniques. I had not danced for such a long time. Shamin occasionally asked me to dance for him in Spielberg, but with the cold weather and the brigands forcing us to remain in such a depressing environment, I did not feel like dancing there. And I could have told her about the air elemental, but I think I'll save that for the morning. Because I can totally go to bed after this and wake up, although I did not do this in the playthrough for the game I'm going to load in a moment. And I could technically ask her or tell her about the air elemental at any time, but might as well wait, since it won't take me long to rest up and because I do have an important discovery I want to share, because it turns out a guide I looked at to double check certain things before I started this, it got something majorly wrong, and I wish to address that with this video. The sun is bright and the day is hot already this morning. I'll go ahead and greet her, thank her, and we'll tell her about the air elemental. So you have the thing of air with you now? Is that safe? You assure Shima that the air elemental is now harmless. May you keep close guard of it. If such a thing ended up in the wrong hands, misfortune would surely start all over again. She is very practical. Anyway. This is currently day is dawning on day 9. And nothing event-wise happens on day 9. There's nobody performing at the inn. There's nobody that we really need to go talk to. So let's go ahead and take a look at our character sheet. Now you'll note everything's gone up a bit. Stealth is up to 191, weapon use is at 170, honor is at 165, luck is at 165. Only stat that we have as a thief that isn't maxed out at this point is climbing. And many of the guides for this VGA remake will tell you that there's really not a way to raise climbing. In point of fact, there is a way to raise climbing, but it's really, really, really tedious, and it takes a fair bit of time and patience. So remember all these stats right here and where we were at the start of the day on day 9 here, or rather the end of the day on day 8. Because my last save, I am with the dervish. It is currently, night is still young on day 9, and I have been out here since mid-afternoon climbing this tree. Yes, you remember I tried doing this before and it didn't seem to raise my skill. It turns out you just have to keep doing it. And clicking on it maybe 10 times will make it raise a point or 2. On one occasion I think it went as high as 3. But yeah, you can see dune upon dune, stretching in all directions as far as the eye can see. But yes, I spent all of day 9 fighting with Ahura, doing a few passes around the desert, fighting some brigands, and climbing this tree, and giving flowers to Ahura. But my day and about 2 hours of real time wasted have paid off, because now weapon use is at 200, stealth is at 200, climbing is now at 200, honor is at 200. In fact, the only stat that is not at 200 right now is luck. And our experience is just about to crest 60,000. And I did take the Saurus out here, hoping that being on Saurus would make it more likely we'd get attacked by things, because I'm now one scorpion tail away from being able to sell as many of them as I can. Well, I'll settle for a ghoul as well. Ah! Ew, it seems the bile has strong corrosive properties. Thank goodness the soles of your boots are as thick as a Saurus' skull. Oh, that reminds me of one other thing. I did get the replacement boots that I bought from the leather merchant, and apparently they make me immune to the corrosive bile attack. Those are some good boots. it's not a scorpion tail, but I've only sold Ghoul Claws once before. With a feeling of disgust, you remove the Ghoul's Claws and take them with you. Sorry, monster's dead broke. Oh, what the heck. Let's make one more pass around the desert. Hey, there's a scorpion. Give yourself some room, hero. So yeah, apart from trying to get the money from the various quests for the apothecary, there's really no point in me fighting in the desert anymore. I mean, I think if I really want to get committed to boosting my luck, I can just practice with Ahura and just keep dodging, which is a very slow way of getting luck to build, but it's the only way I found that works at all, much less reliably. But I think we've got enough combat practice in for today. Or tonight. May thee walk safely this evening, Hero of Shapir. Yeah, they're already calling me Hero of Shapir. Let the guard do that for you. I can do it myself. Well, might as well as get my free meal, see what Shima has for us tonight. I guess it is, in fact, late enough that we aren't getting meals. Alright, that's fine. Actually, how am I doing on rations? 24. You know, I'm not sure I've actually eaten any of my rations in some time. Those 2 square meals a day, I guess. And typical routine, greet. See if Shima has any news for me. The Kata are most thankful that you have come to Shapir. Greet. Thank. Well, I am going to go turn stuff in at the apothecary first and foremost. Well, I'll give a little bit of money to the beggar first, since I can easily afford it at this point. Yep, gave him a whole dinar. And in fact, I'm going to check the conversation options list to see what we might get out of the beggar, because I think there's a few things that we have not said to him or tried getting him to say. Let's see, actually it looks like there's only two options for getting him to say something that's not in his menu. We can ask about Kata. Yeah, we can ask him about the Kata. The Kata could make good neighbors, Effendi. And we can also ask him about the Emir. I don't think I did this one. The Sultan around whom the world turns was most displeased when the Emir Aras was disposed. I heard that there is a reward for restoring the Emir to his throne. Well, not much of a rumor, but something. And refill our water skins, as per usual. And as long as I'm here... Let's see, I have 2 stamina pills left, which... I actually had even amounts of these at the start of a day, which gives you some idea about how long I kept climbing that tree and restoring my stamina, and on and on and on. Thankfully, we should have more than enough money to refill our supplies. I didn't notice you come in. My, you are the brave and fortunate one. I am now completely stocked with scorpion venom and can purchase no more tails. Here is your reward of 20 dinars. So yeah, there's no more point in us fighting scorpions anymore. Now I can continue with my experiments. 1,000 thanks for these. May this reward of 30 dinars gladden your heart. And yeah, I think we actually can talk him down to 5 on the healing pills. Well, not quite. 6, 7... No, I want to buy the vigor pills, not get them from him. Now this one, I think we can talk him down half price. $350. Okay, so that now leaves us with 7 dinars and 15 brass centimes. We have 50 healing potions, 14 healing pills, or stamina pills, which this may seem like overkill on the healing pills, and it probably is, but the reason I'm stocking up on them is that your healing potions and pills carry on over if you import your character into Quest for Glory 3, and getting healing potions is a bit more of an ordeal in Quest for Glory 3. So having a stockpile here is very helpful. Plus, it's not like I have anything left to spend the money on at this point. I'll go and greet, say goodbye. Alright, so as is our habit, we will head to the Plaza of the Fighters. And I am all but certain now that Aji the Agile is not going to show up again because we managed to beat him handily on day one. And yeah, nothing to do but practice with Ahura, which I think you see me do that enough. And but we do have this. This beast has been running through the city searching for you. There was no stopping him. You must take this thing back to the stables where it belongs. Pesky Saurus. Well, we do have one more thing I think we can do today. And I don't think that the magic map will take us there, but it will let me find how to get it, because there is one more little quest that has been added into the game, and I thought looking at the graffiti would help me find it. But actually, rather than have you watch me looking around for it, I think I'm going to go ahead and stop here. And we will open the next video once I'm sure I found the starting point for this next little side quest. We'll see you then.